Hello friends, this is Lindsay. Welcome back to my channel. I'm all set up here to do a quick idea tutorial just to show you how I did something. I've been working on some junk journals called Full of Grace, and y'all probably see me flip through several of those. And one of the things that I did in the journal was used up some 6x6 paper that I call ugly. Now, I have two examples here. So these are what's left from a pad that I don't know where I got it. Probably some D-stash box or something, but it's like, hey, hello, why, hey, why, yay, oh, what in the world is this? I mean, maybe that would be cute for like a school themed, but it's not really vintage. So I have absolutely no use for this, and it's been sitting around. So I thought, what could I do that would be super easy? And you can really use this for anything. It doesn't have to be 6x6 paper pads, any kind of paper book page that you really can't stand, but you want to use it up and you want to make something cool out of it. So we're going to do two of them here. I thought I'd just give you this great idea. So what I did was I folded it in half on itself. Now you could cut it here and then back it with something else. I don't see any purpose for doing that. If I do this, it saves me a ton of steps, and then I have white on both sides. If you have a double-sided piece of 6x6 and you don't like one of the sides, you could just fold that side in and then you'd have pattern on the other side. So I'm going to glue it to itself. I'm using this Oohoo glue stick just to get the main area pretty good. And then I'm going to go back in because I'm not going to be using my sewing machine. If I was going to be using my sewing machine, that is all I would do. And then I would sew on the edges. But since for the purpose of this video, and a lot of you may not have sewing machines, I want to show you how you do not need a sewing machine. I am using Eileen's Original Tacky Glue. I got this one on Amazon for under $2. It's the 4 ounce. And then I just went around the edges. I have the glue stick in the middle. Maybe I would do the edges first and then the glue stick. And then press it down on itself really good, just so that it seals really well all the way around. That is now the base of your journal card. Do not be afraid of the white, okay? You don't have to keep it white, but don't be afraid of it. Here's a few things I do to make it look complete. I'm going to start, oh no, I will end with that. Okay, so this is what I wanted to show you too. This is just a holiday greeting card box. It is just the bottom of a greeting card. You know, you get your greeting cards in them. And this is my little desk spray bin, meaning if I'm going to be using sprays, I have 3 sprays here with me today, and I don't want to make a huge mess. I put my paper in there and I do my spraying, and the little sides kind of keep it semi-contained. If I'm going to be doing a huge spray, then I may do it on the kitchen counter or table and have paper towels down or something like that. But just for a little something like this, you know, I can get quite a few uses before the box kind of falls apart. Then I throw it out, get something similar new. So we're going to start off, let's assume you want to go with more of a vintage look. So this is just a little spray bottle, and this is coffee. This is just leftover coffee from this weekend, and I just put it in the spray bottle. And since maybe I'm doing more of a vintage journal, so I am just going to spray coffee all over it fairly liberally. And what I like to do, you could leave it to dry, but since I really don't have time for that, I use a heat gun to dry it right away. This is my heat gun. It is the Hobby Lobby brand, the Paper Studio Embossing Heat Tool, and it's got hot glue and all sorts of stuff over it. If you don't have an embossing gun, then you can use a hairdryer. I like using this because 1, it doesn't take up as much space, and 2, it gets very hot. So it's going to be kind of loud here for a second, but it dries it quite quickly once it heats up. It takes a minute or so to heat up, but it dries quite quickly, and I can just dry it here, because usually when I'm working, I do not want to have to stop and wait for something to dry. So I just grab this, dry it. I'll pause the video, finish drying it, and come back. All right, so you can see now it kind of has a coffee dyed effect. It did kind of heat up the glue on the inside, so you might just want to press that down again. And then I'm going to use, I've been trying to use up this ink pad forever. This is I have glitter all over me now. There was glitter on something. This is the Hobby Lobby brand Stampability's brown dye acid-free ink pad. The pad is a mess. I've been using it for probably 2 years now, but I just keep using it, and when it quits, I'll throw it out, but definitely gotten my money's worth out of it. Now, the other side here, it's white, and if you wanted to, you know, coffee dye that as well, you could, or you could leave it white. Okay, and then I'm going to decorate it. So, actually, I brought a corner rounder. This is just a little corner rounder. I got this from Vicki Phelps. She sent it to me as a little gift, and I love corner rounders. So, I'm not doing the best lining it up here, but that's okay. Go back with my ink to get the corners. All right, so I've brought one of my ephemera packs. This is my newest ephemera pack. It's called Many Happy Returns, and it was based on like events or parties, you know, like the saying many happy returns of the day. So it's not just birthdays or parties, but it's just, I don't know, just everything that made me the vibe around that saying for me. It's 5 pages. I printed 4 here. I printed them very small, but they're set up 9 to a page. So this section would be a whole page, but I wanted to print them really small. I will have this linked in the description box below, digitally and printed. So if you would like to purchase this digital or printed kit, you can. And I'm just looking through to see, you know, what I might want to use on here. And I'm thinking I maybe should have printed it 2 to a page instead of 4 to a page, but that's fine. We will make it work. I'm going to choose this little one here. It has 2 little girls. Just cutting that out, inking my edges. The glitter must have come from somewhere, from that box or something. And then I'm going to just glue it down. We're going to keep this simple. Now you can, if you wish, you can get stencils or stamps, and you can add more to it, maybe a little Tim Holtz word, but this would be the basic journal card. Now you can tuck it in a pocket, easy to write on, and all of that. Now let's talk about doing something brighter. So maybe we're not going so vintage. We're going to go a little brighter. I'm going to fold it in on itself. This time I'm going to go around the edges first so that glue stick dries really quickly. That way it doesn't dry first. And then I'm going to grab my glue stick, lay down some glue in the middle so it grabs really well. I'm not going to round the corners on this one just to show you it is not necessary. I'm going to grab my little spray bin, and this time I'm going to use, this is my paper potions. So my paper potions, they're kind of like I have a Tattered Angels Glimmer Mist here. It's similar. I used this one. This is Tattered Angels. I got it at Tuesday Morning. It is Lime Light. I love this one, and that's some of the green that's on here because I did use it. I'll go ahead and actually use some of it. Of course, oh, that's right. So this spray bottle is old and it's not really working anymore, but what you can do is just kind of flick the, not the water, but you know, the image. Oh my gosh, guys. This, whatever it's called, the Glimmer Mist onto the paper. So this is mine. Paper Potion is my line, and I've mixed up this color. It's called Poseidon. Poseidon was in mythology the god of the sea, and I think it looks like a really beautiful stormy sea. And you can purchase these under Lindsay's Handmade in my shop. I only have, I think there's like 3 available. If you really want them and they wind up getting sold out, send me a message. I might be able to make a couple more in this color, but they are limited edition runs. And I'm going to actually go ahead and use this. It is water-based, highly pigmented, and this is a gorgeous blue. It is a light blue. Oh, my little sprayer. Silly. And then I am going to grab my heat tool and dry it. And I might pick it up and let that Paper Potion just kind of drip in different directions. It starts drying really quickly. It leaves this gorgeous shimmer. Both the Tattered Angels and my Paper Potions have a shimmer to it. I'm not going to even dry it to 100%. It's really not necessary. It will finish drying. You just dry it to where you can work on it. Isn't that beautiful? And maybe I actually want to use a different colored ink and not brown. Maybe something brighter. I don't know what I have here with me. Well, I do have Hickory Smoke, which is like a black, but I do think it would go better, like a gray. It would go better with this. Here, I'm just going to lightly do the edges. And of course, it's just plain white on the other side. You can ink it up if you want it, or you can just leave it. And then, what am I going to do? You can grab a stamp. So this stamp, I love this butterfly stamp. I don't even remember where it came from. It's just a clear stamp. It wouldn't stick to my acrylic block anymore. And I hate taking stamps on and off of acrylic blocks. So this little acrylic piece is from Tim Holtz. I don't even remember what they're called. I never use them. And so I actually like permanently glued it on here, and I keep it by my workstation, and I use it all the time. I love to use a distress marker to color it in. And talking about distress, remember it reacts to water. So this is the Lucky Clover Tim Holtz, and I just color it in. And then what I'm going to do is use my Paper Potion in Poseidon. Just one spritz. That's it. Kind of tap it off. And we're going to give it a stamp right here in the middle. Lift it carefully. Beautiful. It just gives it that watercolory look. It's not perfect. It has like, it's so pretty. I love this journal card. I just want to add a little more ink to the edges. Isn't that beautiful? And they're perfect for writing on. Now you can tuck it in a pocket, tuck spot. You can stay simple and still be beautiful. Do you see all the shimmery blue? That's all the Poseidon. So if you'd like to purchase this, there's only a couple of them available. It's a limited edition color. And I'd like to sell this color out before I make a new one if possible. But I love that. Maybe I'll just end up stealing them for myself. What I could do also is look back through many happy returns of the day. And you can see there's blue in the birds there. This little girl where the wind is blowing the butterflies in her hat, that has blue in the dress. So, or this little girl with the blue headband, they would all be beautiful on here. And I'm not going to glue it on because I love the butterfly, but I just want to show you how this kit has so many colors. I will link, like I said, many happy returns of the day, and I will also link my Poseidon Paper Potion so that you can find it easily. Okay, so as you can see there, you could add it, you know, to a corner. Oh, I actually like that. I like having her there and the butterfly there, so I'm going to do that. I wasn't expecting that, but you just kind of go with it. And I'll be using what I made in my Full of Grace journals, especially this blue one, because that goes perfectly with the color scheme I am currently working with. even this one. Super sweet, super simple. And I could add butterflies onto this if I wanted to. And since I was using this brown, I'm just going to make some brown butterflies flying there. Just like that. Super pretty. I love how those turned out. I hope that it encouraged you to use your ugly 6x6 papers to make something beautiful. And I hope you'll consider purchasing Poseidon, Paper Potion, and my many happy returns of the day ephemera pack. So give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it. Subscribe if you have not. And I hope that you will tune back in tomorrow. We will have journals and supplies from some of my marketplace artists.